What's up, folks? It's Juju with Everybody Loves Juju12, coming to you live in effect. What's up, people? Again, this is Everybody Loves Juju's talk show. I mainly talk about ladies, women's hoops in the NCAA. I want to talk about the AP Top 25 this week. Some of the hottest weekly takes on lady hoops is here on Everybody Loves Juju12. Let's get right to it, y'all. First of all, before we get started, like and subscribe and comment on what you think about the latest top 25. Do they have it right? Does ESPN have it right? Or do you have a different take? I love to hear your comments and I'll comment back. Let's start off with the AP 25. This week, AP 20 top 25. TCU earns best ranking in 16 years in the women's basketball poll as top 12 remain unchanged. This news right here, I got a chance to see Texas Christian University with the new addition of their players, their transfer portal player, Haley Van Lith. Oh man, she looked like a playmaker. She really looked good. She really looked good. I think she found a home where she can play the position that she's best suited for. But I think mostly what I noticed just from her emotion when her coach told her she was in double-digit assists for the first time in her career, the emotion that came from her, you can tell that it's something that she has been under pressure with and probably, questioning herself. I'm sure she's been doubting herself for a while. You could see it on her face when she played at LSU, but it just seemed, it really, I felt it. And I started saying, I want to root for HVL. HVL is, she's a trooper and she found a home with the TCU. TCU also has Sedona Prince, who has been out with injury for a very long time. But before she left, I've learned that they were like 12-0 before they went down in flames last season. Sedona Prince is balling. This center right here is one of the most agile, mobile, tallest players in the league that hasn't been on the radar. I think she may be she may have been on the low radar. They just needed to see TCU and what TCU was going to do. But I really, 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 I really like her. And I like her along with Big B that came out of USC. Big B played for the Trojans last year. And at the end of the game, these three were really, really hooping and they got the win. And I think it put them right on in to the AP top 20. I'm going to make a bold prediction and say to you that TCU, they entered in at 19 from the Associated Press top 25 women's basketball poll. But I'm going to say on this day, November 19th, I can see TCU being an Elite Eight. That's a tall order. I know. But with this, they've had their best ranking in 16 years Monday, while the first 12 teams led by South Carolina were unchanged. The Horned Frogs joined the rankings after topping then number 13 North Carolina State on Sunday, and that was a great game. If you haven't seen it, you should go back and try to catch that. It was the team's first ranked win since 2021, and victory over a top 15 opponent in 6 seasons. TCU has its best spot in the poll since the school was also 19 in 2008. It means a lot as we build this program. TC coach Mark Campbell said of getting ranked, we've come a long way. I inherited a program that was 1-17 in conference and at the rock bottom. Last year's group laid an incredible foundation to springboard into this season. The Gamecocks remain unanimous number one team, receiving all 31 first place votes from a national media panel. They routed their 2 opponents last week by an average of 36.5 points. South Carolina visits number 5 UCLA on Sunday. Number 2 UConn and number 3 USC and number 4 Texas followed South Carolina. Number 6 Notre Dame heads west to play the Trojans in a top 10 clash on Saturday. LSU, Iowa State, Oklahoma, and Kansas State round out the first 10. Stanford also fell out of the ranking after losing at Indiana on Sunday. And Stanford, with the exit and the retirement of Tara Vanderveer, they got a new look. They moved Kate Pay into from assistant to head coach. Kate Pay has been with Tara Vanderveer for many years, played under Tara Vanderveer. I actually watched Kate Pay back in the day go up against the Trojans in Los Angeles. I believe it was Sweet 16, where Tina Thompson was the star at the time. I think Lisa Leslie had already moved on. And Kate Pay, she knows Hoop. Her family is from the area where I'm from in the Bay Area, San Mateo. I remember her brother, John Pay. I think he was a year ahead of me or in my grade, one of the two. We were both athletes of the year. Kate Pay inherited a good program, and I think she's working to move them to the top. Climbing the mountain of the AP Top 25 is West Virginia, moved up to number 13 for its highest ranking since 2018. Now, West Virginia, I seen West Virginia play Caitlin Clark in Iowa last year, and I felt that they kind of like, yeah, I think the refs kind of did them dirty. West Virginia was on their way to upset Iowa last year, and they were a scrappy bunch. But I saw something in them, and I was like, I think West Virginia is great where they're at number 13. It's the highest ranking since 2018. I'll be honest, I haven't seen them play yet this season in non-conference, but I will be keeping an eye on them. After a win over Texas and A&M, the Mountaineers have won 32 straight non-conference home games dating to the 2018-19 season. They could potentially face Texas in the Gulf Coast Showcase over Thanksgiving weekend. Thanksgiving weekend is going to be hot. That's just a couple of weeks away, and not that far away, maybe 10 days, right? And it's gonna be a showcase because Texas is ranked 4th, and a lot of the teams right now, South Carolina, USC, this week we're gonna be tested this weekend. We're gonna be tested on our positions. People are coming for us, so yeah, it's gonna be challenging. Falling Wolfpack. Now, this is the team that went to the Final Four last year. North Carolina State. Isaiah James, Sanaya Rivers, Zamora Jones. This team right here, a little bit surprised, but not because I think a lot of teams can upset some of the top ranked teams. But hey, they got to put it together. But right now, North Carolina State starting to fall. North Carolina State has had a challenging start to its season, playing both number 1 South Carolina and TCU on the road. TCU upset them. North Carolina beat them as they have, and they should have, as the number 1 team. But all of these things, even though they've lost, when a team goes through adversity and stays resilient and can work through the challenges that they're having, and just the fact that they've been battle tested with some of the top teams, it can pay off down the stretch. So I'm not gonna count them out because they were in the Final Four last year, but I'm not gonna count them out. But they are facing. They did fall to 20th in the poll after the loss to the Horned Frogs. Coach Westmore's squad could face LSU in the Bahamas during Thanksgiving week. And they're gonna see, there they go. They're gonna have to face another top team. And So North Carolina, hey, time to wake up. You might see yourself all the way out of the top 25. Record breaking UConn coach Gino Ariama will have his first chance to become the all-time winningest coach on Wednesday when the Huskies host Fairleigh Dickinson. UConn is bringing back many of its alumni for that game. That's cool. All the alumni in it, and we all know UConn has some heavy hitters in the UConn alumni list. Ariama has 1,216 victories in his Hall of Fame career and is tied with retired Stanford coach Tara Vanderveer. So, games of the week. Here are the games of the week. All eyes on Los Angeles this weekend. Number 6, Notre Dame at number 3, USC on Saturday, and number 1, South Carolina at number 5, UCLA on Sunday. Los Angeles is going to be cooking. All four teams have looked solid in their wins so far, combining to go 16-0 for the combined. So all of these teams are all 4-0, and they all look great. So I expect a pretty darn good matchup as a result of that. I think it's going to be great to see UCLA and South Carolina play one another, because I think that it's going to be a good test for South Carolina Gamecocks. Um, I think it's really good to solidify like why they're number one, playing an upstart UCLA who's I believe ranked fifth, and of course Corey Close and UCLA with the addition of Tamia Gardner, Denai Barker um, to their team. I think they're poised. I hate to say it, I think they're poised to give South Carolina a good run, and they're at home, so it's really a big game for them, and I'm looking forward to watching it. Saturday, I'll be at the game at the Galen Center. USC plays host to Notre Dame. Hannah Hidalgo and Olivia Miles and Sonia Citron are in town to go up against Juju Watkins, Kiki Arioffen, Rhea Marshall, and Kennedy Smith. I think this is going to be a great matchup for Notre Dame and a great test for Juju Watkins and company. Um, Juju Watkins on that day, her docu-series drops 2 episodes on NBC prior to the game. Check it out. Get to know Juju Watkins. She's a National Player of the Year. She's the number one leading scorer for USC guard. She's on the Naismith National Player of the Year watch list. I think um, I think Hannah Hidalgo has been playing amazing basketball. She picked up where she left off last year, and with the addition of Olivia Miles, it takes a lot of the load off of her at the point spot. So being off the ball with Olivia Miles, who's a great, fantastic passer, I think this game is going to be lit inside Galen Center. It's going to be a barn burner, and it will be televised. Both teams will be televised. South Carolina and UCLA, no doubt, will be televised, as well as USC Notre Dame. Now, I want to talk a little bit about bracketology, just a little bit. Women's Bracketology 2025 NCAA tournament for the 2024 season is underway, and with it comes changes to the selection process. The demise of Pac 12 drops the number of automatic bids to 31. So there'll be only 31 bids because we no longer have the Pac 12. Last year, USC won the Pac 12 tournament, and they'll go down as the last team to win it, probably the first team to win it, and the last, which increases the at-large selection to 37. Um, the 2025 NCAA tournament will look the same with 2 regionals, Birmingham and Spokane, and the top 4 seeds in each region hosting first and second round games. You know how they play the first round and the second round. Um, Committee gives us a glimpse of those 16 teams within seasons um, reveals on February 16th and 26th. Selection will be Sunday selection. Sunday is March 16th. So stay tuned for that. On the bracket watch, the top overall seed is South Carolina. The first team out looks to be St. Joseph. Last team in will be Penn State. The top two lines remain the same for a second straight week as the best teams in the country face challenges. This is about to change. The number one seeds might get a shakeup as Notre Dame plays USC on Saturday and South Carolina heads to play UCLA on Sunday. The Irish elevate to the top line with the win over the Trojans in a game that only pits the two best sophomores in the country, Juju Watkins and Hannah Hidalgo, but also two of the nation's best freshmen, Kennedy Smith, third leading scorer on the Trojans, and Katie Koval is averaging a double-double for Notre Dame. This season, the Gamecocks are scheduled to play 5 of the other 7 teams currently among the top 8. Now, man, that's a schedule right there, boy. They did not dodge any smoke. They're playing 7 of the top 8 seeds, and that's only because they're not playing USC Trojan. They would have played all 8 seeds. It starts off with the Bruins, who have won their 4 games by an average of 27.8 points per game, despite still not having their full complement of players. Basically, what they're saying is they've averaged close to 30 points per game, despite one, I know, not having Kiki Rice on the floor. She had suffered an illness for the last several games. I think I just saw Kiki in the game the other night, Sunday, and she looked pretty good. She didn't score. I don't remember her scoring. I don't believe she scored. However, just her presence on the court, her leadership, her ball handling skills, she managed. She's working her way into the lineup, but she really didn't need to do a whole lot because she has a whole lot around her. So, shout out to UCLA for just getting a look see, getting a look see with the chance of or some considering that they could challenge South Carolina come this Sunday early in the season, and this week let's see, South Carolina and Notre Dame have a game, I believe Wednesday. I know South Carolina for sure has a game on this coming Wednesday. So if you agree or disagree or you feel, please make a comment. I would love to hear your comments on your thoughts on what you think about the games that are the top games this weekend between USC and Notre Dame and South Carolina facing off with UCLA. Um, they should be very, very exciting games because UCLA and Notre Dame have a chance to move up one. So put your like and your comments. I will respond to your comments and tell me what you think. I'm really curious to see what you guys think about the AP 25, and with even with some of the other teams that have dropped down a bit, and some surprisingly making the top 25. Anything you want to discuss, drop a comment, like and subscribe, follow for more content. Everybody loves Juju12. Stay tuned. I'll be back with more. I also will put some videos up of me as a co-host with Cess Talk Sports every morning at 6 a.m. on the West Coast. Our show is Check Ball We Up. We also have a Wednesday show called Time Out with Juju and Cess. Join me there. Follow me, like, subscribe. Stay tuned for more. Be blessed.